I like Ritual Caster because I can cast Detect Magic.
Did you find the other
Identify?
drop?
I did.
Good.
Tensor's Floating Disc. There's a whole bunch of cool utility spells that you can cast as a ritual. And as a sorcerer, that expanded my arcane ability.
Yeah, when you're a sorcerer and you have to learn all of your stuff, it's something that I like about what 1D&D is doing, where sorcerers are basically like paladins or clerics or wizards that you can choose your spell at the end of each long rest.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I really like that. Bards are that too.
Sorcery is wild magic, right?
Can be.
Can be.
Yeah.
First level? What level?
Yeah, every sorceress.
Origin.
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 Yeah, sorceress origin. You get those at first level.
Intriguing.
Gonna take a level of sorcerer.
Probably.
Cool. We're waiting to see more wild shapes. We're waiting for the druid to come out of the druid.
Oh, yeah, I guess. But I like the randomization of Lalak's ability.
Are we live? Are we?
Yeah. We're
Oh, yeah, I
live.
didn't know
we're
either.
live?
I was like, I don't know what's happening.
That's why I was waiting to be like.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Casting something
Yeah.
in desperation, not knowing the effect, is definitely a
Well,
very
but
low
you know,
likelihood.
I mean, yeah. It ironically doesn't happen enough. I don't think. It's weird.
Well, because it's a nat 1 on a d20.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I get something that's utilitarian like Detect Magic, or should I get Spirit Guardians, which is one of my favorite spells,
Yes.
bar none?
No to Spirit Guardians as the DM.
Well,
Can't do that.
you know, a 15-foot sphere around me of, you just take damage if you come near me.
You're like, it'd be like Spike Growth, Spirit Guardians.
Oh my
I can't move.
I mean, I could totally go stand in the middle of wherever Spike Growth is and just
Yeah.
be like, come at me, bro.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this was some lore. I honestly didn't expect to just tell you guys everything. It's
felt like
it's
combat.
like a guy was like kind of like, yeah, hey, oh, we made a deal. Yeah.
Yeah, Garth
I'll
was
just tell you everything.
pretty honorable. Garth.
I will be perfectly honest. I don't think that's actually how Blood Oaths work, but I love that it does now.
Oh, no, it totally. I don't know. I just made that up as soon as like
Perfect.
you know.
I hope we're but legit low. I won't. Are we tied forever, me and him, through that blood oath?
So
like if he dies and I'm.
You need to let him free with 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
He will chill out for a week.
And then it's over.
And then it's over.
Okay.
Unless he goes in like...
Unless he doesn't chill out. What if he gets some anxiety or something?
I
You know,
love
don't
this.
know.
I love that you gave a consequence for this blood oath.
And he's been
he
doing
keeps
all
doing.
the time.
He goes
He
and
keeps
joins
doing-
the
There's no
army and they
consequence
send
to
him
it.
to the
There is
front.
now.
But yeah, so any damage he takes, you take. Any damage you take, he takes.
Oh my
it's
God.
Oh, this poor bastard for the
Yeah,
next
is
but
he?
he is not a
He is
barbarian
not-
of 5th
yeah.
level.
So he was just
Wow.
like bursting into flames. Like, whoa! I don't know what
Well,
to
he's
tell
not
that guy.
dead. He's not awake. But he's not
Yikes.
dead.
He's having dinner
Oh,
and
hey,
his
my
chest
cantrip
slices
just leveled
open.
up.
Ah, what the fuck?
Oh, what are you doing down there? This is a mistake.
Damn you, Garth.
I've been waiting for level 5 for so long.
Oh, yeah, no,
I'm so excited.
Has
about
it been
level
too
5.
long?
No.
No, I think
Okay.
this was a good time.
I mean, last time it was too long.
No. Last time it was too long to go from 5 to 6.
Yeah.
That was where we got stuck.
Thank you guys. So yeah, the door in the hallway, that was trapped to hell, whole time. The door at the end, because they had warning, they trapped it and ran. But and then they're busting out of here. So if the door would not have been trapped into the altar room, but they would have come out and. So I thought there would be a fight. In the altar room, because as you got into here, then they would get notice and they would all come and attack.
But because there was shouting.
Was there gonna be 40?
No.
Okay.
There's not going to be 40.
10 to 20.
There's going
They
to
said
be.
most of them have gone down south.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be enough to make it dramatic.
Okay,
Sure.
sick. We each get our own like antithesis character to fight.
Sorry, Jim, but if we don't battle to the death, they will kill us both. No?
I get that.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course,
I haven't seen it, but I get it.
Thank you guys. That was. Thank you for running into the traps.
You're welcome.
It was fun.
You can always count on that.
Well, I mean, but even when we were trying to find them,
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
with good checks, we couldn't find them, which was frustrating.
Yeah, and that's the one card. That's why. I mean, so I made. You knew it was lock trap.
Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't see the new wording.
I haven't seen the new wording.
But that's why I also didn't like.
Well, I also
It
wasn't.
didn't go off when you looked for the trap. It was.
Attempting to open.
When you
Yeah,
pick
it was
it.
when the thing goes inside the lock. That's when it blows up. So I don't know. And kind of I understand that as a deck of inspiration card. If I were to go and like do that again, I wouldn't have done that. I would have made it be a trap that could be found.
Yeah, because in my opinion, take this for whatever it is, if it can't be found with an investigation check, I don't think an investigation check should be called for.
And I did not remember
Oh, the
new
specific wording of that? Yeah.
until you had rolled, and I was like, wait a minute, I think the new card is something else.
Sure.
So that was on me.
That's fair.
I would change it.
Could I create water, shape it, and open a locked door? Not necessarily disarm a trap. Because shape allows
I
me
don't
to
know.
freeze
I think you would have to. I mean, just to like, not to make the key.
No, yeah, so you're
Oh,
like
but-
getting the water flush where the key's imprint is and then freezing it. Into
But you would have to have the key, or because it's.
Well, but those old school lock, depending on how
Yeah,
old
yeah,
school
yeah.
the lock is, it would just flood the lock. Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
be just the little key bit, because like, you know, like when you
It's
look
all
into a
open in
keyhole,
there, yeah.
exactly, it's all just like
Yeah, because you can
But if
see
you freeze
because
it-
you can see through the old style
Yeah,
keyholes.
that's something that's
that
like because
shape
if you
water
go
freezes it. Yeah.
and then you flood the whole lock and then freeze it, you could probably you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like break it open that way.
It's not going to get all the tumblers.
I'm not.
No, it's not.
No, it will get all the tumblers because the water is like expanding to where the tumblers are all touched. The
Nah,
water is
I
filling the
don't.
space.
No, I don't. I don't.
The
think
tumblers
that's,
don't go down until the key goes into it, right?
Right.
Which
So
is
once
the
you do that, that's when they do that.
Because
so
when-
there's multiple tumblers. So if you just put water in there, it'll just.
Yeah, because when you're lock picking, you have to get like the piece of metal underneath, and then use the hooks to push each of the tumblers up. But that's a much more delicate process. That's not just flooding it with water and pushing.
No, I feel
You,
like
you try to do so much with
It would be
cantrips.
cool. No, I like it.
Sorry,
like
keep
in my
going. I
mind,
don't know,
it
but I
doesn't
like
make any sense that like finicking around with like a toothpick and a metal rod would do it, but like flooding the lock and then freezing it wouldn't have the same effect. And hitting all of them without having the need to like.
Because one of
tinker
them
and, like-
requires finesse and rolls.
It feels like you could.
I mean, yeah, no. If you want to roll for it, like okay, but I just like, if I had this ability right now, there's no reason why I wouldn't be able to open your door.
I think it would be the equivalent of picking a lock with an actual pick.
Except there's no
don't-
finesse in it, right? Like
I
I
don't
did all the
think so.
tumblers.
No, I
did
think
all
it.
the tumblers.
No, I think it still would be finesse because you would, like they're saying, like all the locks would go up.
Yep.
Yeah,
With
you
your
need
picking-
certain ones.
Yeah, so you'd have to be very precise, and you'd still be shaping the water at some point.
Yeah, basically
and then
what-
freeze it once you're like, okay, I hear it clicking. You know what I mean?
So
The key
no,
with the tumbler doesn't like it. Like certain, it hits all of them. The shape of it is not
No, but
allowing you to.
basically what you're talking about doing is taking like canned air and flipping it upside down and freezing the lock so you can break it.
No, that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm theoretically. I know what you're
that's-
doing. That's not what I'm theoretically doing.
I don't think it would work.
Okay.
If I threw my axe at the doorknob and we were like 20 feet away, would that have been fine? Would that have been like, okay, the lock went off and it didn't hurt us?
I don't. The door has hit points. All doors have hit points, so you could eventually smash it down, but it would.
Well, and with the lock thing, it's specifically when something goes into the lock.
Yeah. So potentially that would have bypassed it if you just would have smashed the door down.
Fuck me.
But
So
if I was
we
Ruckus,
have
that's a lot of time.
these tumblers, and you trigger them one by one. They just like stay up on their own as you bypass to the next one and to the next one.
Well, yet each one is a different pick that you stick in there.
You don't. No one sticks in 6 different picks. They do one pick for each of them, right?
That's 2, right?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
one to
two.
hold the one to hold the pressure, then the other one to like get it up, get it up.
Yeah, but it needs to
get
go
it
up to a certain
get it up.
point, right? It's not just.
Any
it
point
goes
that
up-
the stick can reach, the water can reach.
Yeah, that's right.
And apply
But it's gotta
pressure
be. It's
in
got to be
the-
very
Okay.
precise.
I want to go home and go to sleep. I am very tired, and then pedantry is starting to irritate me.
I wish Lox's mouth harp broke when he tried to
No,
pick.
not my mouth harp.
No, you can get it by it.
All right. That is.
You know I'm right.
No.
I think
I think
don't
we.
know.
Should we take a vote?
No.
It feels unanimous already, or close to.
All right.
All right. You know what? Warren tries to get away with stuff. Let's,
Is that what I tried to do?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Or am I grounded in reality?
There's
nothing wrong with it.
No.
The rule of cool is the best part about D&D. So I like the idea,
I mean,
but
there's,
it's the equivalent of doing a lockpick, just fancier.
there's
in my mind.
there's a lot of things that are realistic that don't show up in D&D. Like you can't shield bash unless you have the feat for it. Whereas when you're fighting with an actual like sword and shield, trust me, you can.
I mean, you can still shove and call it a shield bash if you.
But it's not doing damage, and you can't
Right,
do that.
right,
That's
yeah.
another
Do it
attack.
well.
But if you are proficient with shields, you should be able to, theoretically. But in D&D, you need to have the feat in order to do that.
I'm not a lock picker. I'm just doing what I'm not a shield basher or a lock picker. I'm just doing what I do with the tools I have.
You're just trying to poke at all of the holes and try to figure out where you can break things, Mr. Troll. Now, our control room would like to go to bed.
Is it a troll?
I don't think.
All right.
I don't think it is either.
Thank you, patrons. We'll.
Drop in the comments what you think if it's
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
allowed to.
Are there comments on
lockpick.
Patreon?
Well, it's on YouTube.
Oh,
It's
sick,
unlisted
okay.
on YouTube.
It's a link to an unlisted video.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for
Good
all of your
night.
support. We appreciate it. Good night.